The Trump campaign has accused the companies of bias against the president. Social media, a huge part of political campaigns, and now we are just a few months away from polls in the US.
That's right. The Trump campaign pushing back at this action, saying it's yet more evidence of what they perceive as anti-conservative bias in Silicon Valley. But the Trump campaign statement claimed that the president was merely pointing out children are less susceptible to the coronavirus, when in fact his interview with Fox News that was quoted in this post, he was actually saying children are almost immune, which is a different thing that experts disagree with. It's the first time Facebook have taken action against Donald Trump for coronavirus misinformation. An important step for them because the owner, Mark Zuckerberg, has always been a big defender of free speech, saying it's not their place to accuse politicians of lying or giving false information. But it does seem that the coronavirus pandemic has shifted the boundaries there. This is not the first time that Trump's allies or Republicans or others are coming up against social media companies who say, look, when it comes to the pandemic, greater accuracy is required or accounts will be suspended. And that happened briefly to Donald Trump Jr., the president's son, a week or two ago on Twitter. And now we see this latest action.
The issue of children in particular and COVID-19 is a big one in the United States. The president pushing for schools to reopen. Sounds like it's really quite the debate currently there.
Yes, I think it's no surprise perhaps that this action came around such an inflammatory issue right now. For some weeks, debate has been raging over can schools reopen, and Donald Trump is the biggest cheerleader for that. Yet again, just in the last few hours, he was tweeting schools should reopen. He says it constantly. Some believe this is because he knows there's no real way of getting the economy up and running again while parents are overwhelmed with childcare. Schools are a crucial part of that. And of course, he has an eye on re-election in November. But we've already seen some instances in the US of schools reopening and having to close again very quickly with cases of the virus popping up. So Chicago today announced that actually it will not reopen schools physically. The first term will be online. Many other areas are doing the same. I think the problem is that the virus is still so widespread in the United States that children, parents, and particularly teachers feel it would be unsafe to reopen right now. So Trump is really appears to be losing this argument politically.
Okay, David, we'll have to leave it there. But thanks indeed for that. David Smith there coming to us from Washington.